Nvidia earnings are in, and the whole world is diving into the report, waiting to see how the market will react. But many are missing the other names that could be moving right alongside it. Thanks for joining us for another edition of 10 Stocks in 10 Minutes. This week, we're looking at the 10 stocks most likely to move after Nvidia's earnings report. Because when a company this big blows out expectations or disappoints Wall Street, Nvidia is rarely the only stock to move. We are starting at number 10 and working our way down to the stock with the most direct connection to Nvidia's results and any details that come out in this earnings call. Let's get started right away with number 10, ASML. This company makes the machines that chip factories use to build the most advanced processors in the world. If companies like Nvidia want to keep making faster and more powerful chips, the factories that build them need ASML's equipment. So if Nvidia reports strong demand for its AI chips and talks about ramping up production, it's a good sign for the companies supplying the chip makers. But this stock is number 10 for a reason. It isn't directly tied to Nvidia's performance and doesn't always see a huge move on one earnings report. But it has seen some major moves recently, up more than 50% in 3 months. If Nvidia's report shows a lot of positive outlook for long-term chip demand this week, it could be another catalyst for this stock. At number 9 is Microsoft, ticker symbol MSFT. If any stock could use a boost right now, it is Microsoft. Now, this might seem like a loose connection to a software company, but Microsoft and Nvidia have very close ties. MSFT is one of Nvidia's biggest customers, especially with their major investment into building out their cloud platform, which runs on a lot of Nvidia GPUs, of course. So if Nvidia says demand from big cloud companies is still strong, that backs up Microsoft's massive AI spending. But there's a major caveat here. Microsoft's CapEx spending is what has some investors spooked in the first place. So while the news may be good for Nvidia, it doesn't necessarily mean Microsoft could see a big positive swing. But while we may see some movement with the specifics of the Nvidia report, Microsoft isn't likely to see some of the dramatic moves some of the other names higher up on this list may see with the Nvidia earnings report this week. Now on to number 8, Vertiv, ticker symbol VRT. Vertiv is a major player in the cooling sector. It's all about AI infrastructure. It helps to power and cool the data centers that run Nvidia chips. If Nvidia talks about shipping more AI systems or building bigger setups, that likely means more work for companies like Vertiv. And when it comes to cooling data centers specifically, Vertiv is the leading competitor that is fully focused on the AI build-out. The stock has already seen incredibly strong momentum, up more than 175% this year. Vertiv reported an earnings beat in mid-February and saw a 40% boost just after. So an entry point where it is today may be a little steep, but again, this is a stock to watch and see if Nvidia's earnings report moves the stock again this week. You'll notice a lot of these names are all a part of the AI story. Of course, that's how they're connected to Nvidia. If you want to look at some other names that are part of the AI build-out right now that are all seeing a lot of strong growth, make sure to check out this free article on MarketBeat.com just for our YouTube viewers. It's on 5 stocks that are at the center of the AI supply squeeze. You can scan the QR code or click the link in the description to get that free article right now. Coming in at number 7 is Arista Networks, or ANET. Arista makes the networking equipment that connects all of Nvidia's powerful chips inside those data centers. And with all of the AI infrastructure buildouts happening now, this company is in high demand. While Arista is smaller than competitor Cisco, it is focused exclusively on working with hyperscaler cloud environments, like we're seeing with all of this AI demand. That demand is showing up in the company's revenue. ANET also beat on earnings a few weeks ago. While the stock had a short-term pop, the chart did dip back down again in the past few days. This one has really been trading mostly sideways since the November tech slip, and it's still below analyst estimates. Nvidia's report will likely give some insight on the ongoing demand for data center buildouts, which could have some major implications for ANET as well. Watch for any potential moves in this stock over the next week, too. At number 6 on this list is Broadcom, AVGO. Broadcom helps design and supply chips and parts used in large-scale data centers. They also work closely with big cloud companies that are investing heavily in AI. So if Nvidia reports strong demand from those same customers, it supports the idea that AI spending is still going strong across the entire industry. Broadcom's stock had a couple of big jumps this year, one in early September and another from November to early December. But the stock lost all of that second bounce and then some in mid-December and has been trading sideways ever since. It's currently well below analyst estimates, too. Nvidia's results could also impact Broadcom's future price targets this week, so pay attention for any updates there. Number 5 is AMD. This stock is the most obvious Nvidia connection as the chipmaker's biggest direct competitor in AI chips. If Nvidia posts huge numbers and talks about strong future demand, investors often assume that the overall market for AI chips is healthy, which can help boost AMD too. But the reverse is also true. If Nvidia disappoints, AMD can drop too, even if its own business hasn't changed. The two stocks are constantly being compared. And if you're a regular MarketBeat viewer, you know our Thomas Hughes is very bullish on AMD's future. It's been on his monthly stock list several times and may make the list again coming up on Friday. You'll have to check out that video then too. And number 4 is TSM. Taiwan Semiconductor is the company that actually builds Nvidia's most advanced chips. Yes, Nvidia designs them, but TSM is the company that actually makes them. So these two stocks are very much tied together. Any news from this report about Nvidia ramping up production or supply getting better for their chips is also a direct reflection on TSM. So there's a lot weighing on TSM's performance in this earnings call too. TSM stock has had an incredibly strong year already, and their earnings report in January knocked it out of the park. The details in this week's Nvidia report could give some major insights on TSM's future growth story too. Now onto our top 3. CoreWeave, ticker symbol CRWV, a cloud company that is built around Nvidia's GPUs. So this is another incredibly close connection to the chip giant. CoreWeave's customers rent access to Nvidia chips through the cloud. So if Nvidia says demand for AI computing is still strong, that is good for companies who make money providing access to that computing. CoreWeave is a smaller, more volatile name than most of the others on this list, which means it can move very fast when sentiment shifts. We have seen plenty of that volatility in this stock this year. It is still well off of its IPO highs from last summer. The stock does have a lot of strong potential to move on any specific data that comes out in the Nvidia report. And number 2 is SMCI. Supermicro builds the servers that hold Nvidia's chips. If Nvidia ships more chips, Supermicro can ship more full systems. If Nvidia talks about strong data center sales or new product rollouts, investors quickly connect that to server demand. Like CoreWeave, this stock has a history of moving very sharply when any AI news hits. This chart has been all over the place in the last year, and it's currently towards the bottom of its 52-week range. This Nvidia report could be the boost the stock needs or another hit to its already struggling stock price. While it may be a controversial pick, I think this is the name I want to add to my Bridget Spies watch list for this video, simply because of how low SMCI has gotten. There's still plenty of demand for this company, and analysts predict a lot of upside too, so I'm adding it to my paper trading watch list. If you haven't checked it out yet, make sure to scan the QR code or click the link in the description to take a look at all the stocks we talk about on this channel. I pick one per video and we post a new video every week. Well, now we are on to the number 1 company on the list. This company does not design the chip or build the factory or put the server together like so many of the names we've already talked about, but it is still essential to making Nvidia's chips work. AI chips need very fast, specialized memory to handle massive amounts of data. When Nvidia sells more AI chips, demand for that memory also goes up. If Nvidia reports strong data center growth and talks about continued demand, that is a direct signal that memory suppliers could benefit. This company has been shifting more of its business toward that high-end AI memory. Its stock has been moving right along with the AI boom. The stock most directly connected to Nvidia's AI memory demand is Micron, ticker symbol MU. If Nvidia's numbers confirm that AI spending is still accelerating, Micron could be one of the strongest reaction names on the board. If you're interested in stocks making big moves right now, make sure to check out last week's 10 stocks video too. It's on stocks under $2 experiencing a big boost in volume. Check out the video here.